Okay, good morning. Welcome to the Thurston County Board of County Commissioners Agenda Setting Work Session for Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. It is 9:04 a.m. My name is Ty Menser, Chair of the Board, Vice Chair Commissioner Wayne Fournier to my left, Commissioner Emily Klaus, Commissioner Rachel Grant participating virtually, and Commissioner Mejia is at County Leadership Institute in Washington, D.C. She may or may not be able to join us virtually, but we're excited for her doing that. Public virtual attendance is available on our YouTube channel, Thurston County YouTube channel. Written public comment may be received up to 2 hours in advance of the meeting and distributed to the Board of County Commissioners. Action may be taken at this meeting. And we have a proposal to, I believe, a suggestion to reorder the agenda a little bit, to move the executive session up to the first item. And County Manager has explained that there's some logic to that in terms of setting a context for a later agenda item on the June 3rd agenda. So is there a motion to do that?
So
Second.
Okay, a motion and second to move item 3.1 up to the top of the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner Grant and Commissioner Klaus. Okay, unanimous. And that motion passes. So we will begin this morning with what's 3.1 on the printed agenda. It's an executive session pursuant to RCW 4230-110-1I to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency matters relating to agency enforcement actions, or discuss with legal counsel representing the agency litigation or potential litigation to which the agency governing body or member acting in an official capacity is or is likely to become a party, when public knowledge regarding the discussion is likely to result in an adverse legal or financial consequence to the agency. This is litigation or potential litigation topic. 30 minutes is estimated. Is that accurate, County Manager?
Yes.
Okay, and we have legal counsel here, as well as some staff members. Board action may follow. It is 9:06, so we'll be in executive session until 9:36.
You wanna?
Okay, welcome back. It's 9:42. We're out of the executive session, which was moved to the top of this morning's agenda. Next up is second review of the BOCC agenda for this afternoon's board meeting. Commences at 2 p.m. We have a few highlighted items to do a second review on. Let's look at consent agenda item 2, which is an appointment to Hotel and Motel Commission.
Good morning, Commissioners. Amy Davis, Clerk of the Board. The Board provided direction last week to include this appointment on today's agenda.
Gabby Schoolcraft.
Sorry.
And that's a new appointment, correct?
A new appointment.
Yep. Any questions on this item? No? All right. The next item is item number 3 on consent, which is removal of Veterans Advisory Board member.
Yeah, just to outline the information that was emailed out last week, the Veterans Advisory Board has taken action to recommend the removal of this member for non-attendance and non-responsiveness to several outreach attempts. Those attempts did include, towards the end, notice of potential removal, and still no response was received. So the Veterans Advisory Board took formal action to recommend to the Board of County Commissioners to remove this member.
And then that would create, I see on cross-referencing our boards and commissions, there's 2 spots. Would this be a 3rd spot then that would then open?
It would be, yes.
Okay, so we'd have 3 open spots. Other questions on item 3? Okay, let's look at item 4, which is the item professional services agreement for Oracle stabilization. I think the board's familiar with what this is about based on the discussion we had earlier. Sherry Ilg.
Good morning, Sherry Ilg, IT Director. Thurston County went live with Oracle Cloud, also known as TC Connect, in June of 2024. While implementing an enterprise system such as this is inherently complex, we feel as though our current vendor has gotten us as far as they can. We need knowledge and skills that have not been available to us in order to complete the stabilization of this robust financial and HR system. We reached out to Oracle for assistance. Oracle recommended 3 vendors known for their success in stabilizing Oracle implementations. We interviewed all 3. We received positive feedback from counties in similar situations about the Baker Tilly firm. I am seeking authorization to waive competitive bidding and enter into a contract with Baker Tilly in the amount not to exceed $330,000. And I'd like to mention there are no statutory requirements in Washington to compete a contract for service. This request to waive competitive bidding is to address our internal procurement policy. Enter any questions.
Any questions for Sherry?
I have no questions.
Question for you, Chair. Could we move this item to department items, please? I feel like it's a big enough deal that it should be on its own. It should be on department items.
Okay, Commissioner Klaus recommends that.
I mean, if it's not something that just, I don't know. I wouldn't, if we're trying to, I don't know, we're not in executive session to talk about this, but it's just opening it up for discussion is, I don't know. Where'd she go? I mean, I don't know. It's not, it's not something that we probably want to be having a conversation about outside of executive session, like particulars about this.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And I'm not suggesting that we do anything like that. I just, exactly what we heard today. I think it would be good to talk about it at the business meeting because it's a big deal. So we don't need to share any specifics, but I think, what's shared here on the agenda would be great to present at the business meeting for folks who attend or watch online.
I think my perspective would be Sherry would be happy to communicate and read the information she did here, so it's on record for the business meeting.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You just want to know that this is the posted agenda, so the item can be requested to be removed at the start of the 2 p.m. meeting.
Perfect. We also need to make the recommendation to have the wording change from sole source to waived.
To waiver, yes.
Okay, and we'll create that language for the commissioners. Thank you.
Going to Department Item 6, to Central Services, amendments to Procurement Policy 201 and Attachment A to 201-01. The commissioners have received red line versions. I think that was Commissioner Mejia's request, and so we're just touching base on this item that was reviewed last week, but is there any discussion or questions following the review of the red lines?
Is this, so my agenda has the next item as Black Lake Regatta application?
We're only covering the items that are highlighted
Okay.
for second review, unless you have unless you want to talk about the Black Lake Regatta.
No, I mean, it sounds like it's gonna be fun, but no, I don't have anything else to say about it.
Okay, so I'm jumping over to item 6, which was one item. Commissioner Mejia, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, thank you for sending the red line over, and I don't have any questions based on my review of it.
Yep, I was able to look at it as well, and it's straightforward. So then we'll move on to item 3 under Public Works. Project Prospectus and Local Agency Agreement for Chehalis Western Trail Preservation Project Phase 1.
Last week during agenda setting, the board requested that the dollar amount be added to the motion, so that has been updated.
All right. Okay, that was my request, just to so folks had a sense of the scale of the project. Since it'll be coming up multiple times. And that's it for items that were flagged for second review. Everybody good on this afternoon's agenda? We'll have to have a motion up top to address the wording change and the removal of item 4 from consent. Okay, the next up is advisory boards.
Today we are bringing back the 2 Veterans Advisory Board appointments for your consideration. Both of these applicants are eligible for appointment and have been recommended by the Veterans Advisory Board for appointment.
Okay, was there questions, concerns, discussion? Do we want to move forward on these 2 recommendations?
I'm ready to move forward on them.
Okay,
Me too.
Commissioner Klaus, Commissioner Mejia. Okay, Commissioner Fournier, Commissioner Grant, would you be okay putting these forward today? Okay.
I do have a question,
Yeah.
Chair, regarding.
Sorry, yes, you guys, I'm okay with putting it forward.
Okay, thank you.
Question regarding the salary commission. Could someone remind me where we're at with those? I can't remember where we left that, but I've been contacted by one of the applicants to see if they'll be contacted soon.
Yeah, that's a great point. I'll let the clerk talk about the work that HR and the prosecuting attorney's office has been doing in the timeframe.
Yeah, we expect to have an updated ordinance to you all this week. We adjusted the language in the ordinance to distinctly state that 1 seat will be dedicated to an organized labor representative, and that the 3 other seats would be dedicated to the language from RCW, which is personnel, fields, or related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, and you said that'll be coming to us this week? Will it be coming to us in a meeting or in an email?
An email, I think is what we have.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be in an email to affirm the language, and then if there's no questions, because the direction we got was to try to take the conversation, which we understood the essence of it, to try to come up with language, and they did that. And from there, it'll be moved on to an agenda for formal approval.
Okay, perfect. So we can anticipate maybe the next business meeting that we'll be able to appoint these, or appoint somebody? Or would it be a little bit?
I think the next business meeting would result in bringing that forward for the board's approval. Then after the board approves it, then we can move forward with bringing forward the list of names for appointment.
Okay,
Or advertising based on the new.
Just moving forward.
Or just advertise, we may want to advertise based on the new language. We'll probably talk about that.
yeah, okay. So just a couple weeks is when I can tell them, like, maybe I'm just trying to find out, like, can I tell them maybe within the month? Or
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so just wrapping back to, we had all board members agree to move the veterans folks onto today for consent.
Both of the appointments could be included on the agenda of June 17th.
Okay, so June 17th for the Veterans Board. Anyone else we need to address on?
No.
Okay, that's the end, commissioners' items. Anything that commissioners want to address? Nope. Okay, then we'll see everyone at 2 o'clock. We're adjourned.